Authenticity. Why is it important? So I got this quote from Arthur Brene Brown. She's, widely renowned author, and it's from her book Gifts of Imperfection. And she said, "Oh, the audacity of authenticity! You're going to confuse, piss off, and terrify lots of people, including yourself. So we must learn to own our truth through boldness, courage, and always stand up for our personal beliefs and values." And I love this quote. The concept of being authentic, but not only that, the audacity to do so. Because when we come off on our authentic self, a lot of people were like, "Well, she got her nerve," the audacity to tell me that, or the audacity to tell me your truth, right? And people are taken aback about that, right? But we have to own that. We have to own that. And it is a process, as I've said before, and not a favorable one, as I said before. But oh my God, you learn about yourself first. Mm-hmm. And then, surprisingly, you learn about the circle around you as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I want to go add something on top of that, Bridgit. One of the things that always comes to mind when I talk about authenticity and being authentic to yourself has to do with people pleasing. And one of our previous episodes, I think there were 3 or 4 of us on that particular session, and the topic of people pleasing came up, and like everybody's hand kind of went, "Yeah, I'm in a recovery program for that," right? And that's, I think, one of the biggest pieces that drives a lot of holding back on what you choose to withhold or truly not stand for. And then you're not actually being authentic or putting your true face out to the world. And that's really what we want to get into today, is helping you, show you some ways and some different things so you can start to move towards being comfortable, just owning it. And that word is underlined here. You have to own your truths, and that's really what's important about this.
Yes, and I just want to say this before, Tressena, because I know you have plenty to say. As you said, it's not going to be, people are going to be pissed off, and the audacity for you to own your truth. And I mean, it's a boldness about it, but it takes a lot of it. We've talked about this over and over again, self-awareness. And then you start not wanting, and I'm a recovering people pleaser as well. And so, you get to a point where you say, "No, I don't like that," or "No, I don't want to go there." Just simple things like that. "No, I don't want to go there. I never really like to go there." Or "No, I'm not going to do it that way. I think what I'm going to start doing is doing it this way." And those are simple statements, but to people that have been around you and you tried to please your whole life, basically, they won't get it at first, and they're going to be really mad as well. Tressena, did you want to have something you want to say?
No, they're not going to be mad. As Brene Brown said, they're going to be pissed off. And, to be honest, I've experienced that, because when you have been a people pleaser, when you have found yourself, kind of being pushed to the side so you can put everybody else before you, that's exactly what happens when you start to show up as your authentic self. They're like, I heard Oprah say this. She said, most people, when you think of audacity, they're like, who does she think she is? When you show up as your authentic self, people will wonder who she thinks she is. And the thing that I absolutely love about authenticity is you get to show up as yourself, but you have to also choose to show up as yourself. And when I decided I was no longer gonna be a people pleaser, I decided I'm gonna show up as myself. And I don't want your permission. I don't need your permission. And I'm not gonna ask you for your permission. That took me a long time. I think I was in my late 30s. And I'll be 49 this year. So it took me a while. And one of the things that I've learned now as a recovering people pleaser is in my being authentic, I have learned how to exercise my no, so that I can flex my yes in those things that I want to do. I'm no longer putting anybody else before me and what it is I desire. So that's kind of what I see as being authentic, and just having the audacity to say, this is who I am. It's not a love it or leave it, but this is who I am. I'm very open to people accepting my authenticity and the audacity for me to show up as myself. And I just hope that they're okay with that. And if you are a recovering people pleaser or you need to get on that bandwagon, hopefully seeing other people live in their authenticity allows you to say, I want to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I want to jump in on that too because the power of no, and Bridget and I have talked about this before and why that is important.
Mhm.
Because as a people pleaser, you're opening yourself up, trying to give and be and support, and but then
Yeah.
you kind of get lost in all of that because you're getting
Yeah.
pushed and pulled in so many different directions and get overwhelming to you. uh, and but you have this fear of saying no because you don't want to upset people and you don't want to be judged in the wrong way, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's you really you to show up as your best self, which is what we talk about a lot. You have to care for yourself, and that's one of the first places that you start is to make sure that you are feeling whole. You're not feeling overwhelmed. You're not stressed to where you're just pulling your hair out. And so recapturing yourself, recapturing your emotions, and being able to reel those things back in. And most of that does start with the ability to just go, no, I cannot. So that's a good foundational place to start.
And I did, and we've talked about it before, Brian and I, but Tressena and I made it pretty comical, but no is Bay to me. I mean, because Bay, he or she comforts you, are supposed to comfort you and helps you relax and makes you feel good about what's going on. No does that too.
Yeah.
No does
Yeah.
that too.
Yes, it does.
So no, to me is Bay. I'm gonna get a T-shirt printed out with that on there and wear it around my kids. No, no is Bay right now.
Absolutely. And I want to just add one thing on that. I equate no, I call it the power of no, or in a way, it's self-empowerment, right? If you want to
Mhm.
empower yourself, if you want to recapture your empowerment, the best way to do that is by using the word no and understanding where those borders and having those boundaries and standing up for those things in your life. And that will be so empowering for you as you move forward.